do. We do need a set.
Yes.
Welcome to PlayRatedGames podcast, episode 10. Today, we are discussing, to celebrate our 10th episode, we were going to do a top 10, but there were too many to pick from, and we're going to do a top 15 instead, because that's how we roll. What are we doing, Phil?
Today we are going to do, honestly, what's probably the most important, well, maybe not the most important, but a very important part. What grabs the player initially? The introduction.
The best openings, introductions, So the rules are basically like we came up with a few that it was kind of like, I won't spoil it yet, but does it count if it's prior to the main menu? If it's just that opening intro, like before you press start? And we were like, okay, why don't we throw those into the honorable mentions instead? So we'll do the whole thing where, we list our top, the 14 first, and then we'll do honorable mentions, and then we'll do our number one best intro to a video game ever.
Of course.
But yeah, the hook, the intro, we can...
It's like reading a really good essay. You really got to hook the reader in if they want to read the rest of it.
Right off the bat, like the kind that just throw you right in there. You're like, I want to keep playing this. This shit looks good.
Precisely.
And all of these games do that, we believe. We came to an agreement. And, well, I think we agreed that, like, all of these deserve to be on here. But after the first, like, top 5, I think we were just kind of like, I don't know.
It was a bit. It was harder than anticipated because there's just so many good ones.
Yeah, there's a lot, and there's some that we don't even mention, but we'll give at least shout outs to the ones that didn't quite make it, but they would if it was like top 21 or whatever. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Well, that being said, that's our introduction. Let's get started. Please,
all right,
go ahead.
So, number 15. And I need another hand. I'm out of fingers. Number 15. GTA 4, Niko Bellic enters America.
Greatest immigrant story ever told.
Niko Bellic is the most Chad GTA character protagonist that you play as, in our humble opinions. We love Serbia. We've both been there.
Shout out Dimitri.
Dimitri, again, shout out. We shouted you out last time. We'll shout you out again because that's how much we love you, man. Hope you're doing well.
I'm sure he is.
But Niko Bellic, yeah, he's a G. He comes to America and like he fulfills the American dream in a very parody-ish kind of way.
In a very Borat turn of events, a lot of people in my high school, that was their first introduction to Serbia.
Yeah.
They didn't know what Serbia was prior to that game. Kind of how like no one knew what the hell Kazakhstan was.
It's kind of sad because like the amount of people that probably played that and glossed over, they're like, oh, he's just Russian, right?
Yes,
and everyone like, what the hell's Serbia?
Everyone thought he was from Russia.
Exactly. They're just like, oh, Eastern European, whatever,
Yeah, no, he's from Serbia.
I know people that don't even know that Russia is technically Eastern Europe. I mean, I know it's Eurasia, they call it, but like...
it's European.
Like, yeah, it's European for all the parts you think of, Moscow, St. Petersburg. But I know Siberia is like, Northern Asia, but...
Yes.
Anyway, but people are dumb.
But point being, yes, so that was people's first introduction to Serbia.
In gaming, yeah,
yes.
For sure.
I'm trying to think what was my first introduction to Serbia in my life.
It's a long intro, but it's solid. That game is hilarious. If you haven't played GTA 4 ever, or if you haven't played it in a long time, go ahead and replay it. I know it's available on Steam. And
it's one of the most widely available games that you can get nowadays.
Is GTA 4?
Yeah, is it on modern consoles?
No, dude. That's like the one they won't port over. Like they have GTA...
I recant my statement.
Well, like they have GTA 3, San Andreas, of course, and Vice City, which are all good games. GTA 3 it's okay, but as important as it was. But anyway, GTA 4, man, it's hard to come by on consoles.
It is. Oh, well, in that case.
You got to hook up your PS3 or 360.
I think that'd be one of the first games they'd release on modern consoles.
Nah, man. And here's hoping, we get one soon. We'll have a drink of Rakiak.
Rakia.
Yeah, that's just nasty.
It's nasty, but my God, does it get the job done?
It's vile. Our boy Dimitri, man, that dude, he can drink us under the fucking table, man.
Yeah, he's like 5 foot nothing.
He's like literally like a fucking third of you.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, he's a badass. He's a bad mofo.
Yes. No, Serbia, great place. Highly recommend.
But anyway, about the game, GTA 4 intro. I haven't played the game in a long time. I remember that game has some of the funniest writing in any video game I've ever seen. It has all the classic Eastern European / Italian American stereotypes just rolled into just a beautiful fucking.
I think we're forgetting something.
Roman?
No. Well,
Oh.
yes. Describe why you like the intro so much.
Well, basically, yeah, like Nico Bellic, he's fresh off the boat. You enter New York, Chicago, Liberty City.
You enter the land of the brave, home of the free.
Yeah, the literal Statue of Liberty's right there as you're entering. So it's the immigrant dream come to America, and immediately he just takes a big swan dive into the life of crime and being a piece of shit. But you know what? We still love the guy. He's cool. Nico's an awesome character. He's a badass. I like his cousin, his annoying ass cousin,
Oh
Roman.
man, I never wanted to go bowling ever again after that.
Nico, let's go strip club. Let's go play darts. Like, Roman made me like darts.
What's our next one?
It's been a while since I played this game, but anyway. Yeah, GTA 4, just really good intro. I'll probably play it again soon, but moving on to number 14. Yeah. Okay, another Rockstar game, and I kind of cheated this, but here's the thing. Red Dead Redemption 2 obviously is one of the greatest games ever made. However, the intro, I would say, like the prologue chapter,
It's too long.
anyone who's played this knows it. Even though it establishes the characters really well, the first time around I loved it. But I do know if you replay the game, the story, you just want to that part definitely drags. It's very slow. You're in like knee-high snowstorm. You're saving what's her name, Sadie, and it establishes the character really quickly. It shows the peril that your whole gang is in, and like you lost a couple people along the way. It gives a little backstory into like when Dutch first starts going mad, and you kind of get a sense of like his leadership right there, but you still kind of want to believe in him. But it's a really good premise, the setup, Red Dead Redemption 2. But anyway, as much as I love that game, and I think it's obviously a superior game to 1, even though 1's great, 1 does have a stronger intro because it's like you're taking that old train through, the Old West. It's clearly like the last dying days of the Old West, and outlaws and bounty hunters, and just that whole Wild West American motif is kind of dying out. Just like Arthur Morgan says, we're living in times that don't want us no more. And John Marston, it really establishes, without saying really much, just like exactly what's going on. It throws you right there into Blackwater, I think is the town. And it could be like its own short film, basically. Like that the government's keeping your family basically like ransom in exchange for you basically working as a rat. And you don't want to do it, but you understand exactly where John Marston's coming from through just those few minutes. The music is really good. It sets up the scene, the kind of like, you're getting into something serious, but it's also going to be an adventure. So Red Dead Redemption 1, also on Rockstar, back to back. It's just really solid intro. And yeah, you haven't played it.
Nope.
But yeah, anyway, both Red Dead Redemption games have really good intros. It's just 2's, it's literally hours long before you get into like south.
I haven't even played the game, and I knew that. So that goes to show how ubiquitous that opinion must be.
Some people complain about the epilogue in Red Dead Redemption 2. I love every moment of it. I think it's brilliant. I do know it can drag on for some people, especially after everything else you've been through for the past like 60 to 80 hours. But I love the epilogue. But I can understand if you want to just replay the story after a few years, the beginning can be a bit of a drag. I get that.
Yes. I'll get to them eventually. You wait and see.
Yeah. Number 13. Spider-Man, Insomniac, the 2018 one.
Yeah, you get to fight the the Kingpin.
Yeah, the big baddie dude in that. I remember just mostly because you played at least the intro, right?
I played like a good 2 or 3 hours of it.
So the Spider-Man games, I've platinumed them all, except for Miles, because you have to like replay New Game Plus. I think that's such a pain in the ass how they did that. But I've played the hell out of the new Spider-Man Insomniac games. They're all great, and I just think the very first one, you're just, you're Peter Parker in his apartment. He climbs out the window. You literally just swing right into the action. I'm like, that's how you start a game. It's quick. You already know Peter Parker from the movies, from the comics, whatever. Everybody knows Peter Parker.
Dude, everyone and their grandma knows this, but we don't need an explanation of how or why.
Yeah.
Just get to the good bit.
You straight up, like, you get plenty of backstory throughout, and the story in Spider-Man 1, I would argue, is even tighter than the second one. The second one's good, but like the dynamic between Peter and Dr. Octopus, what's his actual name?
Otto Octavius.
Who's actually, fun fact, voiced by Rigby from regular show.
William Slayers.
Yeah. Spider-Man, it's quick. It's like, you don't need more than that. It's just like, it doesn't have even though the Sam Raimi movies are great, the most memeable freaking movies I've ever seen in my life. And they have the setup where Peter gets bitten and everything. Like this one, it just throws you right in.
Do you think it'd be different if, like, instead of going out the window, you just kind of waltzed out the front door? You think that would have hurt the intro?
Yeah, because like you want to jump from the building right off the bat.
No, like he imagine, like, he just walks out the door, goes to the elevator, presses down.
Well, that was my problem with playing as Mary Jane and Miles.
Just walks out the lobby.
You don't have powers, and it's like, okay, if this was a different game, maybe, but like, you're Spider-Man, you're swinging from the Empire State Building and all this epic music playing, and I love like how the music cuts off when you're really high up, and then it like slowly, fades in as you get close to the ground. It just feels a lot like the movies.
Insomniac was always so good with their sound design.
They're so good with it, and that's the thing about Insomniac, and I think we mentioned this last time, but like, ever since Spyro the Dragon, literally playing as your character, controlling it, that's their hook. They want you to feel like it has to feel satisfying in your hands to
just
play.
making the character move.
Yeah, just simply messing around. And that game and Spyro, like, it's fun to just mess around. Like, even if you could spend hours just swinging around, it's cathartic, Mm-hmm. So you don't even have to do missions. You could just run around as Spyro, run around as Spider-Man.
I feel like that's what a lot of people do. They just like swing around the city just for fun.
I'm drawing a blank. What else? What'd they make in between Spider-Man?
What do you call it? Didn't they make Infamous?
No, that was Sucker Punch. Well,
Oh,
I get them mixed up too. Was it Resistance?
they made what did they
No.
make? They made Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. Another great example. It's maybe that is a little bit more objective based, but it's still fun to play, But there's plenty.
They're just like going around with all the gadgets and stuff, like
Yeah.
the jetpacks, the helicopter pack. Yeah, it's a lot of
especially
fun.
the newest one, which I have to play more of because it is like the best one.
I've only played the first
Rift
one.
Apart.
The first one and the reboot. Those are the ones I've played. But
Those are good. Up Your Arsenal's a great game, but the newest one, it's fun to just like skate around. And Insomniac knows that their approach to game design and like just controlling your character first and foremost, that philosophy will always work. That'll always take them far if they
Yes.
follow that.
absolutely. In fact, I think I might play Spyro 2 tonight.
Ripto's Rage, great game. But anyway,
that's my
Insomniac, you know how to make a hell of an intro. Number 12.
Wait, did we do 13?
13 was Spider-Man.
Oh, wow, I'm tripping. Edit that out. Anyway,
Number 12. We have decided that number 12 is going to be Portal 2.
that's one of the few games I can say I don't have a single bad thing to say about it.
Yeah, really. I guess, yeah, Portal 1 and Portal 2 is like, they're both 10 out of 10 games. Like, what? There's nothing bad I can say about it. Like, the humor, I remember when I replayed it a couple years ago, I thought it was going to come off a little, like, cringy. I thought it was going to come off, like, kind of very,
It kind of is, but it kind of knows it.
well, here's the thing. It's like, what's that? Who are the ones that make Doctor Who and the Sherlock show,
Like-
the miniseries?
You mean like BBC?
Is it BBC? Yeah,
Yeah,
it comes off like I thought it was going to be more like that.
Like
the
a
humor.
British soap opera? What?
Basically, yeah.
Wait, hold on. But like, Doctor Who's not really a comedy, is it?
I don't know. I imagine I haven't seen it to be fair, but I watched the Sherlock show when I was younger and I liked it. But I have a feeling if I were to rewatch it, maybe I wouldn't feel the same. But
Just like very cringy Newgrounds humor.
Just, yeah, like that kind of like Reddit humor. I thought that Portal was going to be more of that, and maybe it is, but it still worked for me. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic game. Like, I mean, you played it a lot more recently than I have, so I actually kind of drew a blank at the intro, but I
Yeah.
remember like a good chunk of it that came after, like just the puzzles, the design, all
Well,
that.
the second one's a very similar intro to the first, but it's just a lot more bombastic. Like you start off in that blank room, there's like that elevator music playing, and then instead of GLaDOS, this time it's what's his name, Wheatley, and just the characters right off the bat are instantly likable. They're funny. The game, it's chaotic, but it also has that very dry British, like Monty Python kind of humor. But it works. Like
British humor can be really hit or miss.
it's really hit or miss. And I thought Portal 2 wouldn't have aged well, but honestly, I was like cracking up the whole game.
Is Valve British?
Yeah,
All right, that explains a lot.
yeah, I believe they are. No, they're American. Before you're even solving any puzzles, just right off the bat, you're hooked. You're just like, yeah, okay, I want to keep going.
It's a very vivid and an imaginative world, and I love it.
And instantly, just the stakes are high. You're like, I got to get the hell out of here. This place is falling apart.
Precisely.
It balances the perfect, quirky, funny, lighthearted tone with also just a very dark undertone at the same time.
Speaking of which, that leads us to our next guy, whose life is just falling apart in all the best ways.
Number 11.
Conquer.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day. One of
Yeah.
my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, basically just a man who's made nothing but bad decisions from the start, and it all just kind of catches up with him at once.
So here's the thing about Conquer's Bad Fur Day intro. I would say the reason I said this is because I love all the movie references and pop culture references in this game. The Clockwork Orange intro with the soundtrack and everything, I think is just the perfect way to start this game. It sets the tone right away for the silly and goofiness, but I would say Conquer's Bad Fur Day, throughout the entire game, the weakest part is after that cutscene, the first like 15 or so minutes in the tutorial zone are the slowest. But that's the worst. Everything from there is just stellar.
Just like like what comes after, like because he's hung like either
Yeah.
drunk or hungover.
Rat-assed.
Yeah, just like he's sluggish,
Squirrel-assed.
he's slow,
Yeah.
he's not nimble at all. Just like basically Conquer is just he's basically the antithesis of any like 90s, early 2000s platformer where he's not likable, he's not a good person, he's pretty abysmal actually.
Yeah.
He's a greedy, selfish, alcoholic, gambling addict.
He's an adorable little squirrel, but he's just kind of a dick. You know?
Kind of, dude, he is.
Yeah, he's
He sacrificed that poor corn piece to the great mighty Pooh.
oh, dude, he does worse than that. There's this one part, like maybe midway through the game, before you get to the nightclub, where you got to bring the dinosaur egg so that the baby dinosaur is born, and you put it on like this satanic sacrificial altar, and you sacrifice a newborn baby
Wow.
just to get to the next area, like without even a second thought. I was like, oh, is he gonna feel bad? No, he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, Conquer's, he's a piece of shit.
He's not a good guy. He's kind of an asshole. I would love to see a Conquer's game in 2025, 2026, whatever. Like, I think that game could seriously have a modern take on gaming, parodying situation.
Yeah, I would love to see just anything that would parody just like any sort of like 4chan, Reddit, just anything like that.
Just like modern microtransactions, just all the things we hate about gaming.
I feel like he'd be the one to implement it. He'd be the one who would implement all these
Yeah.
microtransactions. No, he'd probably make a macro transactions.
Oh my God, it'd be beautiful.
Can you imagine? Imagine like
You can't even start the game.
he starts a video game company, but you have to pay $50 every time to press start.
Yeah. You have to he's already advertising the next game on the menu before you even hit start.
Yes.
Anyway, I love that intro cutscene. So I'm just talking about that before you actually take control.
Yes. What do we got next?
Number 10.
Number 10, we've got Call of Duty World at War. Honestly, probably my favorite intro in the whole series. It's just, so here's the whole thing. Kind of like how we were talking about with Spider-Man. You know who Spider-Man is. You know what he's all about. You know what World War II is. You know, it's like basically what I love about World at War is that it just, it cuts out all, it just gets right to the good bit. It's probably the most direct and to the point intro cutscene to any game in that series ever. Just a drop of blood is on the map of Europe. It shows just how much the Nazis have taken over. And then it scrolls over towards Asia, where Japan's taking all over the East, and just showing all the mayhem and murder that accompanied it. Just honestly, it's such an awesome intro.
It's like, I love that game just because it is, I want there to be another, if not Call of Duty, just another FPS that goes as gritty as that one did.
I know. I feel like no other game before or after could top it in terms of that atmosphere.
At least with World War II, like that's definitely probably the darkest World War II
It's a
shooter.
good step, but you know, good step, not quite. It missed the landing just a bit
A
though.
little bit, yeah. Like, I mean, there is no way to truly capture the horrors, but it does a pretty damn good job.
Yes.
I think overall.
And then, so we have the intro cutscene and then the intro level. This is a bit of a two-parter.
Yeah.
So you play as a Marine POW who's being tortured by Japanese soldiers. Like, you know, you wake up, there's just this Japanese officer just smoking a cigar going, "You think because you say nothing, you are strong?" And then he's like, "You are weak." And then your fellow Marine's like, "Don't tell him a f***ing thing." And then he's just like, "You are both weak." And then he spits blood in his face. And the Japanese guy just lights the cigar and just sticks it in his eye. And he just tells his, he tells the other Japanese guy, like, "Kill them both." It's just, it's such a good setup for the rest of the game.
You just know, like, this game's going to be hardcore, man.
You know this isn't your granddad's Call of Duty.
Nah, not at all. This one is not for the kids.
No, it's not. Most certainly not. You will not see dollar bills shoot out of body parts when you kill them online in this one.
And it's a shame because, like, just like GTA 4 is kind of like the more darker tone, even though it's very funny, it's juxtaposed with like kind of a more somber, melancholy vibe. Like World at War, it's like the GTA 4 of Call of Duty, and yet it's also not freaking available.
No, it's not.
On like anything but Steam, you know.
I would like
PS3.
So if they're not going to do like a full remaster like they did Modern Warfare 1, at least do campaign remastered.
At least that, you know.
Like here's the thing, that's a game I play every year. I play it every year on May 9th for Victory in Europe, World War II Day. So with that being said, it's a phenomenal game. It deserves a remaster, remake. It deserves, that is a game that should not be forgotten to time.
Not at all. That's such a great game.
Yes.
Great campaign. He's made me revisit it like a couple years ago, and I fell in love with it way more than I did the first time I played it.
When it was first released, I mean, a bunch of high schoolers just like, "Oh, it's back to World War II."
Yeah, and I couldn't really blame them at the time. It was very saturated.
No, it was bloated. It was fatigued, but years later, after the fact, it's been reevaluated, and now it's considered one of the best in the series, rightfully so.
I do remember that though, because after COD 4, we're like, why didn't we? Modern Warfare, literally, this is such a genius idea. It's so simple, but it works so well. And then they did Back to World War II, and we're like, oh, COD 3 wasn't that good.
No, COD 3 wasn't that good.
It was all right, but like we were so
fine.
tired of it by that point. We're fatigued.
Here's the thing, there wasn't really a bad Call of Duty game until I dare say Black Ops 3 or Ghosts.
Whatever came first. I think it was Ghosts.
Yeah, but point being though, World at War.
Get them started on Ghosts.
I hate that game. So anyway, World at War, that is just the dictionary definition of just something to really hook you in right from the start.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite games, and please, put it on modern consoles, whoever's in charge of that.
Please. Treyarch, I think.
Activision.
Activisions.
I got a whole laundry list of issues with them. Moving on.
Number 9. I can count. Far Cry 3.
That's a really nice phone.
Yeah. Voss. Far Cry 3 was such a surprise hit, I think. I remember when we saw the gameplay at E3, we're like, wow, this looks like they're putting decent amount of effort and resources into this. I know Far Cry 2 has its fans. I'm not really one of them.
He hates that game for some reason.
I just think like the dying of malaria every 5 seconds just kind of killed the pacing for me a little bit.
I know, that's how I feel about freaking Lost Planet, just how you have a time limit.
Oh, dude, it sucks. The first Lost Planet is ass.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas.
Oh, God. You may as well have asked for coal for Christmas.
I'd rather have gotten coal. At least I could have had a barbecue.
Yeah, you got Lost Planet.
Yes, but anyway, Far Cry...
Who got that for you?
My aunt. She doesn't know anything about games.
Oh,
But anyway,
dude.
so Far Cry 3, just, imagine this. Like, you have this, just like, you were watching this video of these, like, how many characters? Like 4 or 5?
There's like a ragtag group of like 6 or 7 of them.
Well, this group of friends is just going on a nice tropical vacation. They're partying up. They're drinking their
Vacation gone wrong.
they're drinking their samosas out of their coconut cups
Yeah.
with the little umbrella sticking out.
Tiki,
yeah. They're like going skydiving. They're serving, like they're just having a grand old time.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts out. Turns out it's a video on the phone, and then you just have this wide-eyed lunatic looking. He's like, "Yeah, man, this is a really nice phone.
And then a star was born.
This is a really nice fucking phone." And then just like you're in a cage being held captive by this lunatic.
Yeah, Michael Mando does a great job in that. I don't think they realized just how good of a performance they had because, man, spoiler alert, the game's been out for like 60 years, but Voss getting axed off semi-midway through the game was just that was not a good idea.
No, it wasn't.
And replacing him with, who the fuck was his name? Hoyt or some shit?
Who cares?
So forgettable. Like, he's just generic
Yes,
bad
Voss-
dude with a mustache or some shit.
Voz was like probably one
Mustache
of the
twirling,
most. He was probably one of the most popular villains on the 360 era.
He's just so iconic. He only really has like 20 minutes of screen time. But
I know,
man,
but, so here's the thing: they kind of rectified this. They brought him back later, like as a DLC or something.
It's over. You lost your shot.
The damage was already done, but like, you know what? They listened. I guess it's sort of better late than never, sort of.
But the intro is kick-ass. Like, it's
Yes.
really, it shows that this guy, you don't want to cross him. He is insane. He's unpredictable. You're trying to escape. It's it's intense. Your brother gets killed off. You know the stakes are high. He gives you a shot to leave for some reason.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yeah, just for plot convenience. And then, you absolutely should have kept Voss throughout the whole game until the end. And then maybe you become the new Voss at the end. I think that's kind of what they were going for.
I haven't finished it yet. I gotta play it.
I did the ending where you save your friends because I'm a good person.
Is it on modern consoles?
Yeah, you could play it on.
I think I'm gonna add that to the list. I want to play it again.
It's a good game, yeah. And then Far Cry 4 is really good too. That's where they actually kept the villain throughout the whole thing.
I know.
I like the intro to Far Cry 4, but I like the ending where he takes one of my favorite endings, and I know this is not what we're doing, but is actually in Far Cry 4. But I'll get into that in another
Here's the
episode.
thing, though, like just really weird. It's just like a lot of people have a lot of hot takes with Far Cry series. Like, some people like to, some people like, he really likes Far Cry Primal. I didn't.
Far Cry Primal?
Yeah.
I didn't like that game.
No, you said you loved that game.
No, I hated that game.
You said it was one of your favorite games of all time.
Nope.
You said it was your game of the year through and through.
Far Cry Primal was just like, I played it for a few hours. I was just so bored by it after a bit. I was like, it's kind of an
not
original idea, but...
It's not true. He has a poster over his bed. He's got over 700 hours put into it.
Far Cry Primal?
Yeah. He has 700 hours in Far Cry Primal.
You sign my wooden caveman bat?
Yeah.
I got the caveman bat special edition, prehistoric, for my fucking
Yabba dabba. You know what? I think
yabba dabba doo.
actually I think the tagline for that game should be Yabba Yabba Don't. Moving on.
And who likes that game, honestly?
I thought it was boring as shit.
You played it a little bit?
I played like 20 minutes. I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, dude, I tried. I played it for like maybe 3 hours, and I'm just like, I can't get into it. It's just saying it. They tried to do something different, but no, it didn't work. So the lesson learned, everyone, if you're ever going to try something new, you're young, this is your time to try new things, don't, because they're going to fail and nobody cares.
Yes, precisely. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Moving on.
Number 8. Oh, no. Yeah, number 8. Number 8.
You have secondhand?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, it got chopped off. It got eaten by a leopard in Far Cry Primal. My favorite game ever. Mm-hmm. Right behind. No, actually, it's my second favorite. Right behind Snowboard Kids 2.
Actually, no. His favorite game of all time is Devil May Cry 2.
Devil May Cry 2, yeah. and Far Cry Primal. Those those are my two favorite games ever.
Okay, talking about an actual favorite game ever, do go on.
So, it's always on these lists of best intros, but it really does deserve it. The Last of Us.
Here's the thing. So
I do like The Last of Us, though. It's a great game.
He really likes Last of Us. For me, it's fine. I played it once, and that's really all I'll need out of it.
That's actually his favorite game of all time.
No, it's not.
No, it's his favorite game.
Oddworld is my favorite game
He
of all
buys
time.
every edition that comes out.
Actually,
so he
no,
has
it is-
like all 11 versions of it now.
Actually, the thing is, I have a whole space in my closet dedicated to just Last of Us on PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, over 900 copies.
Of just PS3.
Yeah, I'm going to use it to make a Joel statue.
He buys a new console every single time there's a new one that comes out.
Precisely. But anyway.
Just the amount of people you could have fed.
So anyway, but in the alternate timeline, I played it once and I thought it was fine. I have no desire to ever play it again.
You played it really late, though, like 10 years after. But it's still a great game, you know?
I know, I thought it's just, I'm not going to try to attack you or throw shade your way, but you overhyped the hell out of it, and it did not live up to my expectations.
Yeah, me and the world. Yeah, Last of Us is I can't fault you for that, though, because it is very highly praised all the time, everywhere you go, every corner you go to. Everyone's like, oh my God, The Last of Us. It's like, I'm just trying to buy a hot dog. Like, this isn't even, what the fuck are you talking about The Last of Us for? I'm just trying to grab a slice.
To me, it's a solid 8. Like, it's not a bad game by any stretch. For me to say it's bad would be a lie.
Yeah.
It's a great game, but it didn't change my life. I'll leave it at that. But credit where credit's due, it does have a really solid intro.
It does have a very good intro. And what I like is I saw the behind the scenes, and they were like, that little mushroom growing thing, they just filmed that in a bathroom or something, or in somebody's shower, and they just had it like fast forward over the course of a weekend, these mushrooms that just sprout really quickly. I thought that was kind of cool. The soundtrack's obviously incredible.
You're driving around, just like, you play as Joel's daughter, just like seeing the havoc unfold.
And that's the thing, when it first came out, you're playing as this little girl, and you're just like, wait a minute, this isn't the girl that I remember from the trail. This isn't Ellie, because you haven't met her yet. It's like, oh, she wasn't born yet. It's 20 years before Joel's, and basically his whole world is turned upside down. The whole world is turned upside down. Joel has become a shell of his former self. His daughter dies in his arms, gets shot for like no fucking reason at all. And
she was infected.
She wasn't infected.
Well, she could have been.
So they were just taking precaution. They don't even know what it was.
How old was she at this time?
I don't know, but you don't shoot a little girl.
What did she have to show for herself? Nothing.
She was a Nobel Prize winner.
Oh, in that case, I'm sorry. We lost a brave soul that day. You play as Joel's daughter. You're seeing this mayhem unfold.
Yeah.
And
through her eyes, and then quickly.
And then she sadly gets gunned down. I mean, you know what? It's not a spoiler. The game's been out for 10 years. She gets gunned down, and then Joel is just a broken man who's just trying to find a purpose. Yada yada yada. But I mean, here's the thing though, bro, like not throwing shade at Joel, but everyone's life got turned upside down that day. Every single one.
But Joel's the main character in this story.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those few intros to a game that it's kind of like Up, where it's like it'll make you cry within the first 10 minutes,
No.
He's a sociopath. I didn't cry either because I'm a sociopath.
It's pixels on a screen, guy.
So is Up.
But Up's fantastic. It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Shit, he makes a really good point.
Yeah. So anyway, but in all seriousness, Last of Us, it's not one of my favorite games of all time, but I dare say it might be one of my favorite intros.
I don't know, man. Your closet says otherwise.
Moving on.
Ooh, number 7.
Okay, so this one, Last of Us is basically a certified classic all across the board by most accounts, but this one was a bit of a sleeper hit, even though I love it. It's one of my favorite games on the PS3. Homefront.
I played it on the 360, but yeah, point being.
No, yeah, like a lot of people will just kind of dismiss it as we have Modern Warfare at home, and you could kind of say it is, but I feel like what really like helped distinguish it is that like it takes itself more seriously. Like, Modern Warfare 2, when the Russians are invading Virginia, it's
they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's just like it's basically just like watching.
Like a Michael Bay flick.
No, yeah, it's like Red Dawn. It's literally Red Dawn.
Yeah.
It feels like an 80s
Like a Jack Ryan movie or
yeah,
something
it's just
like that.
it's a big budget 80s action slugfest.
Yeah.
But Homefront, like it actually feels like, you are under like, when you in that game, you get the feeling that you are under this totalitarian Orwellian regime that
Yeah.
just has no regard for your life.
It's so hopeless.
Yeah, like you're in your apartment. The Korean army just drags you out. It's like you have been summoned for what I think it was like re-education or something. And then like Last of Us, you're just on the bus and you're just seeing like just all the carnage around you, like people being put into like labor camps,
I feel like as opposed to Modern
people
Warfare,
getting gunned down.
yeah, it's like morale is a lot lower here.
Yes,
You know, you mentioned the kid,
yes, like
parents getting executed.
like
That's what I
a
remember.
young child sees both of his parents get executed.
Right in front of him, just as you're passing by in the bus.
Yeah.
Like it kind of reminded me of the. Actually, I won't mention it because it's actually on our list later. So whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, like Homefront, it was a bit of a sleeper hit, but I'd say it's.
I liked it. It was short.
It's
but I
very
liked
underrated, and I think that in terms of atmosphere, the intro, it's just it's top tier stuff. It really just gets you hooked on like what comes next in this dystopian nightmare. So that's
it.
my
And then
view.
the sequel is a steaming pile of crap.
Yeah, but you know what's not a steaming pile of crap? Our next entry. Go ahead.
Number 6.
Yep.
What we got? Number 6. Aha, yeah, the one okay, so this is the game I was going to talk about. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1, whatever you want to call it. The one that came out in 07. You know it. Your grandma knows it. Your dog knows it. Your dead goldfish knows
So
it.
it's so basically it's kind of a three-parter. Like,
Yes.
Okay, so we know.
Let's start at the very, very beginning.
So we know we said it basically like after you press the start button, but the epilogue still deserves a shout out. So basically, you boot up the game and you just get this eerie line of dialogue.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Our so-called leaders prostituted us to the West, destroyed our culture, our economies, our honor.
50,000 people used to live here.
Now it's a ghost town.
Our so-called leaders prostituted us to the West, destroyed our culture. Our
Everybody
economies,
knows that
our
first line. You
honor.
say that to anyone around the age of like 27 to 32 right now.
Anyone who grew up in the 360 era knows that line.
knows that shit.
Yes.
50,000 people. Click.
No, it's a ghost town.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that being said, so actually it's kind of a four-parter. Basically, you're
You're right though.
no, yeah. So then basically you get in the boots of Soap and you test out your fruit killing playing skills. And so mind you, up until this point, like we said earlier, Call of Duty was just kind of a fatigued World War II shooting franchise. And like again, it completely ran out of steam. Like they really needed to show you that this was going to be something different.
Yeah, and it was, man.
It was like, you're playing as British Special Forces. You have all these modern rifles. You're using C4, all that stuff.
One of the most pivotal moments, one of the most, I would say in all of gaming history, you knew you were part of something special when you first, Captain Price, he takes that last drag of the cigar, just flicks it off, you rappel down, you're like, all right, let's do this. You start, as soon as you start shooting on those, the Russians on that cargo ship, you knew, you finally were like actually really, getting into the shooting and the core of that
You knew
game.
that this was going to be something different.
This was something special.
Yes.
Like right off the bat. And 2007 is obviously, it's like one of the greatest, if not the greatest year in all of gaming.
That's a bit of a hot take, but all right.
2007 being one of the best years? That's
Well,
not a
no,
hot take,
not
though.
one of the best being the best. I feel
It's top 3 easily.
I'd have to look into that, but it was still really good.
Comment yours below.
So anyway, but yeah, the first level, like you're playing as British Special Forces raiding a
You
Russian
probably
ship.
replayed the intro part a couple times. You're trying to see if the game thinks you're worthy of veteran. You're not.
I was.
I was, though. I tried. I was. Not my first try, though. It took me like 19 tries.
I think my first 4 times I got hardened.
Yeah, I kept getting hard, and I'm like, come on, why am I not good enough? I wasn't going to play it like that anyway, right off the bat.
And dude, honestly, I feel like why even play hardened? Just skip right to veteran. Go big or go home.
Yeah, right? It's like you may as well if you're gonna.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't they like? I think at first, again, I could be completely wrong here. I think at first you actually got like trophies for completing on each difficulty, but then I think afterwards, like if you completed on veteran, you just got it on hardened anyway.
I think from what I remember is like you
I
got
think.
the veteran trophy for. So there was a trophy for beating the whole game on veteran, but then there were like beat these 2 or 3 levels on hardened or veteran. So you still, if you want that veteran trophy, you got to do it all.
Okay.
So you may as well.
Oh yeah, just
we
like
did it eventually on the remake.
Skip hardened. Just go right to veteran. Go big or go home.
Yeah, don't be a bitch.
So, but anyway, yeah, the first level, British Special Forces, raiding a ship, and you just like, like the ship's sinking, you're running out, like just
It's epic.
they're just like, get up, soldier, we are leaving.
Yeah, I love that, and just those angles, and like you finally jump to the helicopter. Like it's so simple nowadays, but man.
Yeah, like the set pieces for that level were just so fire.
And then just Call of Duty, Modern Warfare.
Okay, and now kind of the last part.
Yeah.
So it may not count. I'd say it does. Basically,
I think it counts. Still a prologue.
You play as the president of. It was never specifically named, but I think retroactively it's just basically Saudi Arabia. But moving on. So you play as the president of this country that's just been overthrown in a violent coup. And this actually, I dare say this was the influence for Last of Us. You're in a car and you're just looking.
It might have been, yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a stretch.
Yeah.
And then you're just looking around and you're just seeing these armed rebels just take control of your country there.
And it's been a while, but I think like the credits are still like showing while you're doing that. It's kind of
you're clear, they're clearing houses, they're shooting civilians.
And that's what I was thinking of with the Homefront thing, the kid getting his pet. Like this was kind of like a softer version of that kid getting, because that was a lot more personal.
Like COD 4, it's still very impactful and it's still, it's a very well done intro, but
Just this failed state, this dictatorship.
But the thing is, though, is that like when you see the people get shot in COD 4, it's again, it feels more like you're watching an action movie.
Yeah.
When you see the kid's parents get shot, it's just like, and then you hear the kid cry.
That's hardcore, man. That's dark.
It is. But anyway, but no, yeah, like I dare say that like this game was the catalyst for that and Last of Us.
This game definitely inspired a lot. It's also one of my favorite endings to a game, but honestly, I think all the Modern Warfare, the trilogy, the original one, I think all of them have a great ending chapters.
And what else? And just pretty much
We'll talk about that another time.
And then at the end of the level, you're tied up at a stake and the guy who just overthrew you just executes you on live TV.
I swear to God, from what I remember, well, first of all, what's the bad guy's name? The bald dude with the one arm?
That's Zakhaev.
Zakhaev. I remember, he pulls out the pistol, points it right in the guy's face, and then flips it, and then the guy's like, you mind? Not putting this, hand cannon in my face. Mm-hmm. And then what's even dumber, I remember the dude he walks up, and then this makes no sense. I don't think he cocks the gun like that. He goes,
so he's like,
it's like for dramatic effect, but that's just how I remember it. Maybe it makes sense.
And he just blows you away.
Lights out.
Yeah.
And it's a great intro.
It is. It really sets the tone that this was the start of something special.
Really was. And that's why it was number 6, I think.
Speaking of number 6, what comes after 6? 5.
Actually, 7 does.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Jackass.
My mistake.
Get off my show. This is my show now. I'm the host. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you and your wooden shins.
Number 5. I'm losing fingers by the moment. All right, number 5.
God of War 3.
God of War 3.
God of War 3 was such a good, just the Titans are scaling Olympus. Shit's about to go down.
That's how you start a game. And also God of War 2, it just picks up right off from that
That's what I love about
finale.
all the God of War games. That like for the original trilogy, it's just rapid succession.
You can play them back to back, and it's so seamless. Basically.
Yes.
But 3, you knew shit was going down. This was one of the few times they truly hyped up a final epic conclusion, and it freaking delivered, man. Mm-hmm. It was godly.
Absolutely. Just the Titans are just massive. Zeus and the rest of the gods are just making their last stand.
You felt the hate from that man. Just like, yeah, I think the first one you beat the piss out of this dude, Poseidon. And it's just like, wow, yeah, we're really doing this. You're climbing up the tree titan or whatever. Kronos? Or
I don't remember.
I don't remember the names.
I haven't played these games in well over a decade. I got to replay them.
I got to replay God of War 3 Remaster. Or play it, because I actually haven't played the remaster. But, man, that game just throws you right in. It's epic. The orchestral, bombastic soundtrack, just fucking, you know, it's fucking awesome. You can see, you know, Zeus, your father, is just, man, even the freaking ending on that, I'm just thinking the beginning, and it's just such a good game, man. I got to replay that one.
I find it amazing how just like so much rot and destruction befell Greece just because of this one insecure man named Kratos.
And another thing about God of War 3 intro is like you see kind of like the shit list of characters you're about to take down throughout the whole game. Not every single one you see right off the bat, but you see like kind of the main ones you're going to be like crossing off your kill list throughout right in the beginning. And it's just like basically all those bosses just lined up like that. I think it's so well done, man. Great game.
Great game. I'm going to replay those like really soon.
I'm going to at least replay God of War 3. I'm going to play the remaster because I actually never said it. I might do a Let's Play on that one. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, sure.
Wouldn't be too long.
What comes next?
Number 4. Number 4 is Batman Arkham Asylum.
It's just, that was, so prior to Insomniac Spider-Man, that was the superhero game to play.
That's how you start a game, exactly.
Yes. So like Spider-Man, again, we all know who Batman is. We don't need to see his parents get gunned down for the 8th millionth time. It just starts, it
just becomes funny after a while.
oh yeah, it's just like, how many times do we really need to see that?
Yeah, it's like we don't need to see Peter getting bit by the spider. We don't need to see Uncle Ben fucking die. It's like after a while, it's like I'm just so numb to it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Bruce.
So with that being said,
Welcome to the madhouse, Batman.
yes, he set a trap and you sprang it. Basically, it gets right into things. Basically, you're Batman driving to Arkham Asylum, dropping the Joker off, and he's like, something doesn't feel right. He gave up too easy. And so it kind of gets you right there, but it still has a bit of a slow burn. Like you're walking through the asylum and you're just seeing like, you know, just what a dank, gritty, and, you know, dreadful place this is.
Yeah, it really builds atmosphere and tension like right off the bat.
Oh yeah, and like
Ha
ha ha ha ha.
ha ha.
This guy's got jokes.
Ha!
So anyway, yeah, and then like, you know, you see like all the other bad guys getting loaded up into the asylum because Blackgate burned down.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you see this elevator that's like struggling to get up, and you're like, Croc, old boy, is that you? And just out comes this 11-foot monstrosity of a man.
Yeah. It's prison riot, man. Just
Yeah, and he's like, I've got your scent, Batman. Just it's a phenomenal game. It really, like, you just know that this was going to be the Batman game of the console.
and it was
Yes, it's one of the best superhero games ever made. I dare say it set the standards for what came after Arkham City, Spider-Man, etc.
Yeah.
Like it is one of the best superhero games, if not one of the best games ever made.
It's superb, man.
It is.
It's a lot more self-contained, you know, than the sequels. But
Yeah,
man,
gotta start somewhere.
that's not a jab on it at all. Like that game is just, it's called Arkham Asylum. It takes place on that Arkham Island, the whole game, and it makes these prison corridors somehow interesting. You know, it's a great game.
It is.
All right, we're going top 3 now.
All right. Best of the best. Made it up of yeah. What do we got?
Number 3. I grew fingers back. Number 3. All right. Where did everybody go? Bingo?
Resident Evil 4.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So sort of similar to COD, I guess. So like obviously not the same circumstances, but at this point, Resident Evil was also just a bloated, fatigued, worn out series, and they knew like after Zero they had to do something
They
different.
needed a fresh coat of paint, and they delivered.
Like the whole fixed camera thing. They've been doing it for like 10.
It's hard to go back now after the remakes and play those.
Oh yeah, like just
Even before
the
that.
fixed camera angles and all that. It just
It was a product of the 90s.
it wore out its welcome. It needed to go.
Dude, the only mainline Resident Evil game, if you can even call it that I haven't finished was Resident Evil 0, because it was just so boring because of that. It didn't do as good of a job as the other ones, I don't think. I couldn't be bothered with that.
It's just, again, like after 10 years, you gotta do something different.
And yeah, we got Resident Evil 4. It's one of the best games ever made.
Yes, so Resident Evil 4,
Remake and OG, original, like both intros.
both games are 10 out of 10s in my opinion.
Because they kept the intro pretty similar. They dragged it out a little more in the remake.
Yeah. So in the original, so pretty much for all intents and purposes, it was basically a soft reboot of the series.
Yeah.
Like it gave you like a basic rundown of what happened. Like, yeah, zombie outbreak.
It's a sequel, but also I know what you mean. Like in terms of gameplay, it's definitely.
It's like a soft reboot almost. Like you don't
Yeah.
basically you don't have to play any prior games to play this
Not
one.
at all. It was the first one I played.
Same.
I think it's the first one that a lot of people like our age played.
So with that being said, you're driving along in rural Spain and you're just trying to find the president's daughter, and then you stumble upon this house and ask like, hey, have you seen this girl? And then it turns out the villagers are a bunch of violent savages, and then you got to stand your ground, you got to defend against them, and then basically like you mow them down, and then dong, and you're like,
Just suddenly timeout.
Locambona.
Yeah.
Like, the bell, we must go. And then they all just drop what they're doing, like just basically mindlessly. They just drop their weapons and just walk on to the church, just completely ignoring Leon.
It establishes that there is a huge threat. This place is dangerous. This place is weird. There's something going on
There's
here.
much more that meets the eye here.
Absolutely, like you're intrigued. You want to learn more, but you're also like, shit, I almost died right there. Like you might have actually died there, that's.
And then in Leon Kennedy's most, famous line ever, where's everyone going? Bingo.
And I'm happy they kept in the remake. They
And
cut
then-
out some of my favorite lines in that remake.
It did, but then then the logo appears.
What does he say to Sadler? Or no, what's the Napoleon kid?
Oh, Salazar.
Salazar. What does he say? He's just like, no thanks, bro.
No, he's like, I've been expecting you, my brethren. No thanks, bro.
Yeah, they omitted that from the remake, and that upset me. Mm-hmm. It's very sad.
I kind of like how they redid the dialogue when you first meet him. Who the hell are you?
Yeah, it's simple, but it's good. It's simple dialogue, but I like it.
Both games are phenomenal. Play them right now if you haven't.
Oh, dude, yeah, you're missing. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Go play it right now. Shut this video off.
Yes. So next
Resident
up,
Evil 4, yeah, it's our third best intro. Number 2. That's my blood. That's a lot of my blood. Uncharted 2, Among Thieves.
probably the best game in the series.
So, Uncharted 2 is not only one of the best games ever made, it's just flawless, start to finish, perfect pacing, 10 out of 10, Nathan Drake's ultimate adventure, and we love the Uncharted series. We are ride or die fans of the Uncharted series.
2's my favorite.
But two is like the least I have to complain about. But man, that intro, it's inspired a lot of movies. Apparently J.J. Abrams said it inspired something that he made. I don't even remember.
Well, what's your favorite?
What's my favorite intro?
Uncharted.
So Uncharted 2, like I said, it's the one I have the least complaints about. I'm torn if I like 4 or 2, if I consider it better. I think 2 overall is still the peak, just overall peak. Is there a joke in there somewhere?
Yeah, because he climbs mountain peaks.
Sort of, yeah, kind of. You guys thought it was funny, right? Yeah. So, yeah, like I can't really nitpick that game too much, but man, that intro is so iconic. They do what's considered in medias res.
And you start like towards the middle or end at the beginning.
Yeah, and it's one of those, you're probably wondering how I got here kind of situations. But man, like right off the bat, that intro is tense. I remember when it first came out, and you're just like, I mean, I've played this game so much now, and
It's a silly game.
obviously doesn't do that to me anymore. But it's like that was really intense at the time, where you're just climbing that train, it's falling apart. You are climbing in like the Himalayas. Your hands are, for whatever reason, Nathan Drake is superhuman / monkey man, where his fingers don't get frostbitten.
Or sliced by the metal.
It makes no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And he's taking a gut shot too. You know, he took one into the tummy.
One of my favorite lines, I think it's...
But I guess the cold is cauterizing the wound. We'll just go with that.
I think it's like the second time you revisit the train. I remember one of my favorite lines of dialogue. I don't know if it's like arbitrary or not. He's just like, I am so sick of climbing shit.
No, I think that happens no matter what, I remember.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that is the second time you climb the train. So it revisits it again midway through, but this time there's added dialogue, and it's from slightly different perspectives, so it keeps it fresh. But that intro, man, you're just like, yeah, this you knew from Uncharted 1, which is also a great game, this was one of the biggest jumps of like quality in a series.
It went from an 8 to like a 10.
Just right off, like you knew that this was something special. It was something amazing, and the whole game keeps that up. It's perfectly paced. You have those bombastic action set pieces. It is. If you haven't played Uncharted 2, I mean, again, what are you doing? Why are you here?
It's a 10 out of 10.
Get off my video and play that game right now.
It's a 10 out of 10.
It's 10 out of 10. I think all these, like the last few games we mentioned are. Mm-hmm. I mean, they have strong intros. They're just. I think, honestly, Uncharted 2 has a better intro than most movies, like intros. Like, even Mission Impossible, whatever one it was, like they got inspiration for a lot of those stunts from the Uncharted games.
I hate those movies.
The train is, I don't know why, those movies are fun.
No, not.
But he loves Tom Cruise.
I don't.
Next to his Last of Us closet, there's just Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Hanks guy.
It's Tom Hanks?
Yes.
No, Tom Hanks is the volleyball island man.
So moving on. Moving on, yes, it's been a very inspirational game. It's left its mark, and it's phenomenal.
That train is iconic. Everybody who knows Uncharted knows the train. And yeah, that's just like right off the bat, the stakes are, it's near death. You are in peril. You are in a very, very unfortunate situation. And it's just, it really is. It was almost number one if it wasn't for this next one.
Yes.
It was honestly, like, for the longest time, I considered Uncharted 2 to have the greatest intro to any piece of media. That's how good I think that intro is.
The next one is this. So basically...
Wait. How you doing, jabronis? We forgot to do our honorable mentions during the podcast episode, so I'm just going to tell you them real quick right now before we hit toward number one. So, honorable mentions for greatest video game intros of all time. These couldn't make the official list, but we want to give them shout-outs. So, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Mostly the main menu, like cutscene, you know, that music that comes in, and just that intro tutorial zone, the Kori Forest, or whatever the hell you call it. Super Mario 64. Just, you know, I mean, that was like the introduction to like really just a revolutionary 3D landscape, and just Peach's introducing you to the castle and just coming out of the pipe. It's simple, but it's iconic. Metal Gear Solid 2, Uncharted 4. I know we just mentioned Uncharted 2, but Uncharted 4 is like very long intro. We can, like, those first couple chapters where it's another in medias res, but then you're in the orphanage as kids, and it does the flashback, and then it does a semi-flashback where you're back in the Panamanian jail for that. We just think that's incredibly well done as well. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, you know, you start off as Snake again, and then, you know, obviously it's flips to the other character, Raiden. Max Payne 1. Max Payne 1's intro is just so devastating, with Max Payne's wife and baby daughter getting murdered. It's very gritty. It's one of the grittiest, heaviest, just bleak openings to a video game I've ever played. BioShock Infinite, where you go up and you just see this beautiful utopian world in the sky that you're about to explore, and it's a very beautifully done intro. Skyrim. I haven't played too much of Skyrim, but I know that intro is just such a meme. But it is a great way to start the game. I would say Fallout as well, Fallout 3 specifically. Just when you exit the vault. I didn't write that down, but I would throw that in there too. What Remains of Edith Finch? I love that game to death, and I love the beginning, middle, and end. But I think it's a very, very well done intro in terms of emotional weight. Like you're about to get into something special here. Assassin's Creed 2, most of us that played Assassin's Creed 2 for the first time, I think we really enjoyed the first game, but the second game, it was kind of like that jump where it's like, wow, we knew that we were getting into a grand story here, and little did we know it would be this whole trilogy with Ezio. And but I just remember where you're climbing the buildings with your brother, and then that Assassin's Creed theme, the music comes in as it pans out in Florence, and I just think that's very masterfully done. Metal Gear Solid 3 as well, great intro. And then Castlevania Symphony of the Night. What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets, or whatever, Alucard, Dracula, you know how it is. But those are our honorable mentions. So here's number one.
So basically, imagine this, you're just, you're on a plane, you're just smoking a cigarette, and then all of a sudden just things go a little south.
Fall out of the sky.
Yeah. All your problems just seem to fall out of the sky, literally.
And the only time your character talks is in this intro.
Yes.
For like 5 seconds.
So our man Jack, who's not king of the pumpkin patch, survives a plane crash, and he stumbles upon this weird lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. Seeing that there's, really not too many options, he decides to swim towards it, and then he opens the door, and he sees this big statue of this huge, imposing figure that says, "No gods, no kings, only man." And you're like, what the heck is this?
And then the game gives you a snowboard, and you realize you're playing Snowboard Kids 2. That's the game we're talking about.
Snowboard Kids 2!
Yes, so anyway.
In all seriousness, Bioshock, best intro ever.
So basically, you get in this bathysphere, and then you get a message.
Yeah, that's what it's called, bathysphere.
You get a message, and it's one that really gets you to think. My name is Andrew Ryan, and I want to ask you, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in D.C., it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected these claims. I chose something better. I chose something different. I chose
the impossible. I chose rapture. City where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would not be bound by petty morality, where the great would not be constrained by the small. And with the sweat of your brow, rapture can become your city as well.
And then
It's beautiful.
And then the squid comes.
And then the squid.
I don't know, I remember
And
like...
then it says directed by Michael Bay with the Linkin Park song. That's the whole game.
So anyway, yes, basically you go down this path and you see this huge underwater city, and you're wondering like, what the hell is this doing here?
You're asking all the questions. Who, what, where, how,
and
why?
Yes. Why is there
When?
why is there this underground metropolis in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean?
Just what is going on? It's completely nonsensical, but it's fiction. We're having fun here.
Yes, so basically Andrew Ryan was this entrepreneur who decided he wanted to make the ultimate utopia.
Wasn't he from Serbia?
No, he's from Belarus.
No, he's from Belarus. That's right.
Yeah.
He's from Minsk.
Yeah, he's from Belarus.
I actually also have family from Minsk.
Yes.
Russian Empire. My great-grandmother.
His name was Andrei Ryanovsky.
Of course it was.
Yes. He fled the, what do you call it? So he was part of a wealthy aristocratic family during the Russian Empire.
Yeah, he's got a very like evil Walt Disney kind of vibe to him.
That's exactly what they were going for.
Yeah.
So anyway, they decided, when the Bolsheviks came and seized all his family's assets, he's like, oh, I see how you operate.
Yeah.
I will not play your game. So then he flees to the US and he lives the ultimate capitalist dream. He finds oil on his property. He just, he starts this business and he just is flourishing. But then they're asking him for handouts. He's like, hey, you have this giant, forest. Like, why don't we make it into a state park? We can turn something into it. He's like, absolutely not. And then they fight this court battle, and then I think he loses. And then he's like, I will not play your game. And he sets the whole thing on fire. He sets the whole
Sigma male grind set.
He sets the whole forest on fire, and then that's basically when he decides he needs to choose something different, something better, something
Rapturous.
Yeah, and then he makes this underground city where it's supposed to be this perfect utopia where parasites will not be given an inch. And at first it works, but then it becomes really top heavy, it ascends into civil war, and people get hooked out of their mind on drugs and Adam and become mutated abominations.
What are you going to do? Who's going to predict that's going to happen? Come on.
Yes. So then basically it becomes a failed society where he basically becomes everything he loathes, a totalitarian despot.
He lives long enough to see himself become the villain.
Dude, he was already
He
was the villain when he set that forest on fire.
But man, that bathysphere touring the city, you're like, I want to see everything.
You want to know what this man's all about.
You want to know what he's about, where, you're just, like I said, man, you're just asking, you have so many questions, and you're just so intrigued, and you're just like, give me more of this. Like, I've never seen anything like this before.
Andrew Ryan, it's just the dialogue that he spouts, even though it's after the intro, when you're helping Atlas, he's just like, stop right there. If you pull that lever, you will truly know what it means to be my enemy.
It's so good. Every line of Andrew Ryan's dialogue is just like, it's not wasted. There's no breath wasted. I mean, honestly, we're just praising the whole game now. Aside from the final boss, which I don't actually dislike as much as some people online. But,
it's just a little tacky.
And obviously the stupid, we gotta find the angels crap. I love that.
So the little sisters, I mean, they're a cool concept, but my God, that one mission, the dialogue is so repetitive.
It's just that one part. I love the Big Daddy Little Sister whole
They're
dynamic.
an iconic duo, one of the most iconic duos of the generation.
And I think we all did when we were younger, when we first played it. You harvested her the first time, and then I very quickly turned around. Every time I play the game, I don't have it in me. I always just...
I save them all, too.
That's another thing about BioShock, is I don't really think it even needed two separate endings. I think it just could have had the definitive good ending, where you rise to the top, you bring the little sisters with you, you saved I honestly think the good ending was fine enough.
Yeah, I think the bad ending was kind of tacky.
It was tacky. It was a little... it was unneeded.
Yeah. But all in all, it's a
But-
phenomenal game. It's one of the best intros.
It doesn't really do you much good to harvest them either. You don't get that much at them, and you already are given plenty.
It's. I think it was just. I feel like they didn't think that part through.
Not too
as
much.
as
It
they
was
should've.
it was just kind of, I guess, around that time where they're like, well, we want to give you the choice so that you have freedom. I'm like, nah, you don't need it though.
Well, that being said, though, BioShock, it's a phenomenal game.
It's a
Phenomenal
masterpiece.
intro.
Game
Great
is
writing,
legendary.
great characters, just all across the board.
Yeah.
That's also. But here's the thing: that is one of the easiest games you can play right now. It's on all modern consoles.
It's on everything. The remaster is everywhere. Yeah.
Play that game. All even BioShock 2 is still worth playing. Play all three games.
When you finish the rest of the backlog we gave you, or play BioShock first, doesn't matter. These are all great games, but BioShock Intro is our pick. We both agreed, and we did not argue over that at all, I think. We were very quick. We were like, okay, Uncharted 2 has got to be at least top 3. But
Yes.
BioShock, we were both right away. Weren't we just like,
It had to.
it's number one, easy.
It hooks you into the. It's too good a hook.
It's too good. It's
Literally
as-
hook, line, and sinker.
Just straight up, yeah. This guy's he's with the jokes, you know?
Yes. So anyway, that's our list for today. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate you sticking by us for our 10th episode. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you again soon. Thank you very much.
Take it easy.